All right, let's talk about the Suunto Race 2. If you're a serious athlete on the hunt for your next GPS watch, you're in the right place. We're going to break down everything you need to know. The good, the bad, all of it. So you can figure out if this is the right training partner for you.
And you really can't talk about the Race 2 without starting here. Look, the original Suunto Race was a fantastic watch, a real hit, but it had this one big, glaring weakness. Its heart rate sensor just wasn't great. So with the Race 2, Suunto basically had one job, and one job only: fix that sensor.
So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll look at Suunto's one job. Then we'll get into the major hardware refresh and, of course, put it through its paces in the performance test. After that, we'll explore the software and ecosystem and wrap it all up with the final verdict for you, the buyer.
Okay, so Suunto's one job. You know, it's pretty rare for a big company to be so open about a product's flaw, but by all accounts, they knew the original sensor just wasn't cutting it. This makes the Race 2 feel less like a simple upgrade and more like a redemption story, a mission to get it right. But here's the thing. While they were laser-focused on that heart rate sensor, they didn't stop there. They went ahead and gave the entire watch a pretty serious hardware refresh, upgrading a whole lot of stuff, both inside and out.
And you can really see that evolution right here in the numbers. The screen got bigger, which is awesome, but the watch itself actually got slimmer and lighter. And on top of that, they doubled the storage on the base model to 32 gigs, so it's bigger where it counts and smaller and lighter where you want it to be.
And that screen, it's not just a little bigger, it's a massive leap forward. We're talking a 2000 nit LTPO AMOLED display. Now what does that mean? Well, it means it's incredibly bright, so you can actually read it in direct sunlight. But the really clever part is the LTPO tech, which helps it sip battery, especially when you have it in that always-on mode. It's a huge upgrade.
Then you look inside, and pretty much everything's new. There's a much faster processor and a lot more RAM. The result? The whole experience just feels snappy. Scrolling through your data, panning across a map, it's all smooth and responsive. And all that extra power means this watch is built to handle future software updates for years to come. And you know, sometimes it's the little things. If you had the first Race, you know the frustration of that weak magnetic charger that would just fall off. Well, they fixed it. The new one has much stronger magnets and a nice braided USB-C cable that just snaps into place. No more waking up to a dead watch before a big training day.
Okay, so we've got all this great new hardware. But here's the million-dollar question. Does it actually perform where it matters most for an athlete? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the heart rate and GPS tests.
So, did they fix it? The answer from testers is a pretty clear yes. The new sensor is a night and day improvement, a huge win. It's way more reliable, and for most workouts, the data is solid. Now, is it the absolute best sensor on the market? Maybe not quite, but it's now good enough that most of us won't feel the need to reach for a chest strap anymore. Mission accomplished.
Now, GPS has always been a strong point for Suunto, and the Race 2 keeps that tradition going. For most of your runs and rides, the tracking is clean and accurate, but in the absolute toughest conditions, like running between skyscrapers in New York City, some reviewers found it showed a few more little wiggles and imperfections than some of its top competitors. Solid, but not flawless in the extremes.
All right, moving beyond just tracking your workouts, how does the Race 2 actually fit into your daily life? Let's talk about the software, the smarts, and the whole ecosystem you're buying into.
As a pure training tool, this thing is an absolute powerhouse. You get over 100 different sport modes and these really deep training metrics from Training Peaks, like TSS and CTL, which are crucial for tracking your fitness over time. Throw in the AI coach, free offline maps, and the fact that a play is nice with Strava and pretty much everything else, you've got a serious training computer on your wrist. But, and this is a big but, you have to understand the trade-off. This is a sports watch first and a smartwatch, well, a distant second. You can control your phone's music, but you can't load songs onto the watch. There's no tap to pay, and you get notifications, but you can't reply to them. If you're looking for all those smartwatch bells and whistles, this is a really important thing to consider. Okay, time to bring it all home. We've looked at the hardware, the performance, software. Let's put it all together and figure out if this is the right watch for you. Before we get into pricing, let's talk about one of this watch's biggest superpowers, battery life. 55 hours. That's how long it can run with the most accurate, most power-hungry GPS mode turned on. For a watch with a screen this beautiful, that is absolutely exceptional. Industry-leading stuff. So what's all this going to cost you?
The Race 2 starts at $499. Yes, that's more than the original, and it definitely puts it out of the budget category. But look where it sits. It's still priced really aggressively below those top-tier watches from Garmin and Polar, offering a fantastic bang for your buck.
So, who should buy this watch? I think it's for that focused athlete who wants a durable, long-lasting training partner with a gorgeous, bright screen. If you care more about core training features and a premium feel than you do about smartwatch extras, this is a really compelling option. On the flip side, who should maybe keep looking? Well, if listening to music from your watch without your phone is a deal breaker, or you need to pay for things with a tap, this isn't it. Same goes if you're an athlete who needs literally flawless GPS and the HR data in every single extreme situation.
You know, Suunto set out on a mission to fix the one big flaw of the original race, and they absolutely did it. But they also delivered a beautiful, powerful, and incredibly long-lasting sports watch that's now a true top-tier contender. So the question for you isn't really, is it a good watch? It is. The real question is, are its world-class training tools and that stunning screen worth giving up the everyday conveniences of a full-blown smartwatch? The choice is yours.